Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a bit of a different video for you guys. It is going to be a pen test. And specifically it's going to be an erasable pen. I'll give you my review, my opinions, all of that. I do want to let you guys know that if you guys stay till the end of the video, I will have a giveaway. And the giveaway will include another pack of these beautiful pens along with some other items. So make sure you stick around till the very end. So full disclosure, the company did actually send me a pack of these pens for me to test out, give my review and opinion on. In addition to that, they also sent me a secondary pack to give away, and that's what will be part of the giveaway. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go straight ahead into the video. So as you can see, this is a 7mm pen, erasable pen, and it comes in 7 different colors. The last time I checked on Amazon, and these are all sold on Amazon by the way guys, they are being sold at around $9, which is a pretty good deal from my own personal experience buying erasable pens. Now, I'll be completely honest up front, is that I am not a person who uses erasable pen extremely often. I did use it a lot in college, but these do disappear in extreme heat, so that's something you guys definitely need to be careful about. So I do have other pens to compare it against, so it will be completely unbiased and you will get to see like the differences in all of my pens. Like I said before, I've definitely had a handful of erasable pens in my own time, but I don't collect them anymore because I just personally, they were not as pigmented as I would like. So to start off, I do have a friction erasable pen right here. And then here is a Uniball RE. This is also a erasable pen. Lastly, I have the friction color, which is kind of like an erasable marker. So I'm gonna put these against the test with this kit. So let's just get on to it, and I'm just gonna swatch all of these pens. I'll do an erase test and let you guys know. So let's start with their 5mm black. I always like to draw a little box. So as you can see, there is a little streakiness, but it seems to go away as you keep on writing. Or maybe the streakiness is because I'm writing at a slant. So, oh, you guys can't see that. Okay, it's focused. So I made a box, and here is my line. And then I'm gonna write basically the erasable pen. So it seems to go on pretty normally. I think the opacity, or how opaque it is actually pretty decent for, I want to say, erasable pens, because usually they are very light and gray. This is kind of grayish, but I think it's a lot darker than what I'll show you in a second. These have been like just sitting around in my drawers for the past like a week or so, so might need some little warm up, as do these by the way, so you'll probably see me try to warm them up. So erasable pen, so that is their black. And here's their blue, just so you guys know that I like straight up didn't try these out beforehand. They're still like the little nibs, so let me just try and pop this off. So it seems like on the first pass, you definitely have to work at it a little bit, but wow, that is actually really good. I wonder why my black is like not as good, but look at how opaque it is and how smooth it just went on. And I just think that this is actually like a good color. Like it's like a true blue, and it actually really matches like what the barrel is. So let's move on to the next one. So the red is not coming out, as you guys can see here. Let me try this again. Okay. So you had to move it around a little bit, but once you get it moving and the ink starts flowing, it's looking a lot better. So the thing with erasable pen is like you can't go back across on it very well, so you can't color things in very well. So this color is not as bright or as red as I would like, but again, with erasable pens, I'm pretty like used to like the lack of opaqueness, so there's like really nothing much for me there. For writing wise, it goes on super smooth. So I know when I color it in, you guys can kind of see that the color lifts a little bit, and that's to be expected. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to quickly do the rest of the colors, and then I'll make my comments afterwards. So right off the bat, you can clearly see how pigmented these colors are, especially these 4 at the very bottom. The red, I definitely agree, is not as pigmented as you would expect a true red to be, but almost all 4 of these colors looks absolutely amazing. Like, for an erasable pen, I think it's very well pigmented, and I'm not sure how well it's picking up on the camera, but this looks like a true blue that you would see in the normal packaging that you would buy for a blue pen. This is like a true purple. This green is a little bit more like an emerald green, and the pink is more of like a purple pink. This red, however, looks more like a pink to me. So overall, so far in the test, I am liking it. I want to try the red once again to see if it was just like me or something else. So yeah, so it seems like the red test is just gonna be the way it is. Overall, when you write with these, they are super smooth. They do smudge a little bit, so I'm not sure if you can tell, but it did smudge just a tiny bit, not too much. Yeah, overall, I think these are pretty good pens actually in comparison to my own, and I'll show you the ones that I own and what I like and I don't like about it. But before we do that, let's try the erase test, which I'm sure is like the biggest thing about this. Yeah. And as you can see, it actually erases pretty darn well. I wonder if there's like a difference between a color and what color comes out easier. So if you take a look at this, I think it erases pretty good in my own experiences. I did own some friction pens before, and maybe the eraser wasn't super well. I just didn't have such a clean erase as this. So I'll show you guys with one stripe down. And you can clearly see like the distinct line between like stripes. So except for the black, I'm gonna do a little bit more testing on the black, but you can clearly see with these, I just did a single, or I think it was double striped down to erase, and it picked up the color pretty nicely. So I'm gonna try it again with the black. So I think the black, I don't know if it's because I started up at top and there wasn't enough heat to gather. Let me try if I go from up here. Yeah, so it is like, since it's a kind of like based on heat, you do need to get the rubber a little bit hot in order to pick up the color. So that's why I believe the black didn't erase first, since we started at the black. Overall, for erasable pens, these are looking to be like a solid competitor with the friction one. So I'm gonna go ahead. Honestly, I really like enjoy these specific 4 colors a lot. They're definitely really bold. Now let's try to do some competition. So this is the Uniball RE. I think it's RIE. No, it's RE. So I'm not sure if you can tell what I meant by how these specific pens were just a lot more pigmented than the ones I'm used to. You can clearly see the drastic difference. So let me do a little bit more of a live right next to each other. So you can see it might not be super visible to the camera, but from where I see it, this color is clearly a lot more opaque in my opinion, and this one is a slightly grayer or duller. And as always, I really like more pigmented pens, so I would definitely have to go with the Parkoo for this one. Here I also have a friction pen. So I got this as a gift. It's a Pilot Friction, and it is not really fair to compete against the other two because this is like such a tiny nib that the color will come out, honestly, will be a little bit less pigmented, but I'm just gonna go ahead and try to do it anyways. Just because it's like so thin, so it's not getting a very well and fair chance. But this was what I had on hand. And I'm gonna try to color this in as much as possible. And again, you can still clearly see that it is, like I try to color this in as much as possible, but you can clearly still see that this is a much more pigmented color. So still so far the Parkoo is winning it for me, because in person you can honestly tell the difference between this being a little bit darker than these two. And the very last thing I have is the friction color, which isn't really fair because this is considered a marker and these are pens, but I'm gonna go ahead and test it anyways because it's what I have on hand. I think this is actually gonna make it a more fair representation of friction, because I know that this one was a little bit too thin to be like, oh, maybe because the nib was so thin that it wasn't able to create such a darker color. But you can see here, it does still come out more gray than the Parkoo black. So I'm gonna do it side by side. And again, you can clearly see the difference in how opaque it is. And for me, having a very dark color, very vibrant color is definitely what I go for. Of course, now that the color test made Parkoo the winner, I'm gonna try the erase test to see which of these actually erase the best. So I'm gonna go in with their respective erasers. So the Parkoo eraser, they came with one. My very tiny, I think this is 3mm friction pen. I will use its eraser as well. And then the Uniball one. So really, I'm just gonna go in and see how much effort it takes for me to erase something. And I'll let you guys know. So this clearly erases well, but you can still see a slight shadowing of the previous drawing. So there is a slight shadow. I didn't really like using this though, because as you're pushing down on it, let me see if I can show you. The pen is kind of like poking out, because I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. But it was just a little bit annoying to me, so I didn't really like that. So next up, Parkoo. I'll choose the bigger one just to be more fair and erase it. And again, I'm using the same pressure. You can still see a slight ghosting, but I do believe that this ghosting is a lot more prominent than this one. Let me know what you guys think. For me, in person, it feels like this one. I know I just went back in and erased it, I'm sorry. But for me, in person, it feels like this one shows up a lot less than this one. Now we go on to our Pilot friction pen. And this one is so tiny. Okay, alright, I already know I don't like this. I don't know if it's because of me or the eraser that it came with, but you can kind of see that it left a smudged. And I'm sure you can erase it, right? No, you can't. Oh my god, you can't. Okay, this has got to be the worst eraser. I don't know. And it didn't even erase. Okay, I had to go in a little bit more to erase that little black dot. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I think you guys can, but there is like a slight yellow tone underneath. I'm not sure. I don't know. That's just really weird. Like, it's very obvious in person. Like, this one shows up the most obvious because it's like straight up yellow. Anyways, on to the very last one, which is the friction marker. And the friction marker doesn't seem to have the same problem as the friction pen I had, so it might just be my own batch issue. And personally, I think it erased almost as well as the Parkoo one. And since I don't have the actual friction pen that is kind of like similar to this, I can't really test it side by side. But so far from what I've seen, I do gotta still hand it to Parkoo for being able to be easiest to erase and the least obvious. Didn't create any smudging for me, and didn't create a weird yellow streak. and erase the most. So still, again, definitely still falling for Parkoo. And actually, when I was like testing this, I honestly felt that it was a lot more pigmented. Like I said before, the biggest reason why I don't use erasable pen is because of how light it comes up on paper sometimes, like the dull gray. I just don't like it. But I gotta say that this pen has like been pretty pigmented so far. So I'm gonna try to erase these lines and see how it goes. So in terms of erasing lines and not chunks of colored in, it seems like all three are doing pretty decent. And because I erased all three with the same eraser, it seems like the yellowing is an effect of my own rubber, and that could just be my fault. But so far, yeah. In the erase test, it seems like all of them erase decently well. I would have to say that this one is not picking up all of it, but it is a thicker marker, so it's understandable. So basically that was the very quick overview of these Parkoo pens, or erasable Parkoo pens, and I do think that they are pretty decent. I have to admit that I was not expecting how pigmented these 4 colors are. Like, they are pretty true to their own colors, so that's a good thumbs up for me. I hope this review really helped you guys. Again, these pens, I did not buy these pens. Parkoo did send them to me, but these opinions are my own personal opinion, that these pens, I do have to say that I really enjoyed using these pens, even though I'm not erasable pen kind of person. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now don't click away yet, because now I'm going to show you guys the giveaway. So let's roll on to that. So now it's the time that you guys are all waiting for, so I'm just gonna start listing things that I will be giving away. First up is the Parkoo Erasable gel pens that I just reviewed, and as I mentioned, they did give me an additional pack to give away to you guys. So this will be the first item in the giveaway, and as I mentioned before, I actually really do enjoy how these write, and I hope you guys will too. And of course, I didn't think that those pens were enough, so I decided to include 3 of my favorite pens / most Planet Girls favorite pens. And to start off with is going to be the Pentel Energel X in 0.5. I'm sure you guys see this all the time in my planner videos. This is definitely my go-to for planners and note-taking. Its gel dries really fast so that even the mile liner doesn't smudge. Another Planner Girl favorite pen is the High-Tech C. This is also in 0.5. As you can tell, oh no, it's in 0.4. This is a Planner Girl favorite. A lot of people use the specific refill for High-Tech C for their pen gems. This comes in the actual barrel. And I do believe that the one that goes into the pen gems are slims, but they should have the same formula and consistency. So next up, we have the very famous Muji pens. These I got in a giant pack back when I was in college to use to write. These are wonderful, and I believe Helen from the Coffee Monsters Co. swears by these. In addition to that, I have this wonderful cute bow pen from Paper Source that I will also be including in the giveaway. Of course, no pens would do well without their counterparts, which is a pen case. This specific pen case is from the Simply Gilded subscription box in August, and I decided to give this one away because I had so many pen cases already, and as you guys know, the Simply Gilded subscription box does always give you a new one every month, so I decided to send this along for some loving homes. In addition, my best friend made me some stickers to give away to you guys. All of the drawings are her own and they are very unique. Her name is Narwhal Snugs. You can find her on Instagram. I'll have her linked down below. Here is her Trash Day sticker, coffee stickers, and Bill Do stickers. Last but not least, you will be getting a $20 credit to my Etsy store, so feel free to purchase whatever you would like from my own personal store. Something that you may be able to purchase and you will see now is the budgeting kits that I have available to purchase. Of course, I will always be including a lot of goodies for you guys, including samplers from other shops. So, how do you enter the giveaway? It's pretty simple. Here are the rules. So to enter is pretty simple. It will be a lottery system and you will get entries for doing the following. Comment down below. Your comment will be considered as one additional entry to the giveaway. Make sure to check back every day, and if you do a comment on any other video after today, you will also get an additional entry. So what that means is that if you comment every single video, every single day, all the way until the 25th, you will have about 12 entries. However, if you are subscribed to my channel, you will get 3 additional entries. In addition to that, your other entry points are doubled. Make sure that if you are subscribed to have your profile as public. Let me know down in the comment section below if you have subscribed, and then make your profile subscription public for me to check. And once I have commented that I have checked it already, feel free to close it out and make it private again. And that's basically it. It is open internationally and I will ship this with tracked shipping. So just to let you guys know, everything I've just said is going to be in the description down below in case I was flustered or I couldn't get my words right. And that's basically it for the giveaway. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and make sure to check back tomorrow for a new video. Bye!